All right. Good morning. Good morning. Today is May 25th, 2026, Memorial Day. Today I'm committed not to overtrading. I am going to size with no more than 2 contracts in the NQ for any trade. And I accept um, losses today up to $150. And that's it. So let's begin. All right, opening up GexBot. Although I have GexBot on both of these, we'll see what happens when it populates this morning. Okay. What I need to start doing is looking at where gamma is at the end of the day. So let's go out here and try my levels. Wow, holy smokes. We had a giant jump. Looks like over or on Friday. Huge rally. Oh man, massive actually. Today I have a pretty strong feeling it's just gonna chop. So we'll see what happens. We have a lot of liquidity stacked up here at 75.70 on the ES. And some more liquidity down here between 75.50. So let's mark out some of these levels, huh? On the 22nd, which was Friday, at the right after market close, shit, it shot up like crazy. 10, 11, 12, yeah. Looks like that's where it was. In which there's a good chance it might drop all the way back down here to 25 to 526 because there was that's just massive gap. Or actually, this would have been last night. It shot up like this. Last night it shot up nearly 500 points on the ES or on the NQ. Okay, so yeah, it looks like 75.50. And where is my top? 75.70. Okay. Mm-hmm. 919 is what it says there. So let's put that. We're gonna bring it right back down here to 900. And this is just based off of what's happening here in chart. We have a little bit of a valley there. And then yeah, so right there, that's our little thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to mark out this little this downward trend. And it looks like it is right. This little wedge is happening there. It's the same thing. I think let me turn this little step profile off so we can see what's going on. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this one on the ES. Very clear channel that it's in a downtrend of. So something to keep in mind here. Looks like cumulative volume delta is starting to quasi flatten out. It went up and it went up and it went up and it went up. See, and then right here it peaked. It went up higher. So it went lower there. Came up here, but failed to break that level. So we do have sellers right up here. 21 or 29,991. All right, let's see what happens. Two minutes till the market opens. Okay, price is popping up higher. Ooh, big buys coming in. Big buys coming on the ES in particular. I mean, honestly, it's nothing really to write home about. These aren't huge buy orders. I'm gonna wait until price pops up here to 29.56 on the ES. There's just not a ton of liquidity in the markets today. Look at that. It just dropped right through. Price did pop down to the 7 EMA though on the NQ. Let's see if it does the same for the MES or the ES. Just for shits and giggles, let's see what happens here. If I take this one and then Q and look at this one on a 5-minute time frame. I'm going to mark out my same levels here. Like, what do I have marked out? 991. And 905. And what do I have marked out over here on the MES? I've got 7569. And down here, that's 7550. All right, I think the likelihood of it going all the way up to 75 to 68, 75, 70 is pretty high. There's not a ton of volume in the market today, obviously, because it's Memorial Day. And I'm not even sure this is going to worth the trade, but we're going to continue. We might make a single trade today. That is assuming the price ends up getting to the target of 75.68, at which point I'll probably take a short. As a matter of fact, let's go. I'm going to take a short right here at 85. We're going to do a sell limit, 2 contracts right there. Liquidity looks like it is at 79.80. So let's bring it here 79.79. Nah, we'll bring it up here to 90. 87. Because the next big cluster is up here at 29.90. Which is where I marked out these levels. So we'll wait till it pops up there. We'll take a short. Just for shits, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our auto brackets. We have some pretty decent support. 79.61. Yeah, so support's building up in this channel. That's a good thing. And it looks like it's following the EMA, the 7 EMA. So as long as it doesn't explode past that, I think that we're in a good spot. Cumulative volume delta has shifted. Looks like a regular bear appeared. And right now, guys, we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna chill out and watch this happen. Watch this play out. Ideally, it comes up to my zone right there. It targets a little short. And we'll aim for the bottom of the range. Wow, look at that. Popped up almost there. Almost in the trade here. See, this would have been important. Today, having gamma here would have been crucial. But it's not even open today. That's why I would have been able to see where the heaviest gamma was. So we have a big buy up here at 29.582. And liquidity is stacking up pretty heavy up here at 3,000. So if it continues higher, I doubt that it's going to go any higher than 3,000. Same thing over here in the ES. Let's actually check this out in the bigger picture where 75.50 is. Yeah, so big one is at 75.70. That's where the most liquidity is stacked up at right now. You got 206 contracts just sitting there. We have a lot of sell orders up there actually. 89. On the NQ anyway. So, just once again, I'm going to verbalize my hypothesis because we're 7 points away from this thing hitting. My guess is that it's going to pop up all the way to maybe even close to 3,000, but I don't think it's going to go past 3,000. See, look at this. We have a big sell order that just came in. Right now, there's a little bit of a battle happening. We're seeing some volume pick up, some positive selling volume happening. But I think it's going to be range bound. So I don't think it's going to hit all the way up into 3,000. I think it's going to get close and then it's going to shoot back down. Maybe not quick, but certainly throughout the course of the day. And just to verbalize this once again, I'm going to keep my stop there, my limit right there. I'm not going to move my limit. And if it doesn't hit it and then continue south, then I just don't trade. That's it. My hypothesis was that it was going to get higher than that. That is where I'm willing to buy in. So check that out. See, big sell orders happening in right there. And once again, big sell orders. If I miss it, I miss it, guys. That's it. I'm not chasing price in the opposite direction. You never chase price. Don't chase price. Don't chase price. Don't chase price. That's how we end up losing our ass again and again and again and again. See, this is a good example of that. Had I jumped in as soon as I saw a drop like that, FOMO, price would have went right there against me. It was about to tap me in. This is so funny. Went all the way up to 187.
Order filled.
Okay, order is filled. And my stop is up here at 306. Big liquidity up here at 3,000. So 306 is safe-ish. Although not safe from 75.50. Because the next big one is 30.15. So there's that. So if it pushes past this, then the likelihood is we'll go up to 375.15. This is, I mean, I'm looking at this trade and it's looking pretty good. So cumulative volume delta is not going higher. So this, we have a little bit of a bearish divergence here in the ES, as well as in the MNQ. No, actually, we have price did push up just slightly higher than this little bear, or in this last peak. We do have some sell orders down here, but it's still following the EMA, so we still have some buyers slowly pushing it up. But we have sellers here. The ES, on the other hand, is still pushing higher. And there is a chance, guys, that it's going to continue pushing all the way up to 75.70 on the ES. If that's the case, then I will have lost this trade, which is no problem. Not a problem. I don't mind losing these trades. I lose trades all the time. My assumption was that the likelihood that it pops up past 3,000, 30,000 on the MNQ is pretty, it's unlikely. That is a huge psychological number. Although I don't really know if I believe in psychological numbers, but still, to go past in the 30s is pretty remarkable. And I don't know, I just don't feel like it's going to happen on a bank holiday. But then again, the NQ is not necessarily where all the money's at. It's all about that BS. Uh, See him getting another bearish signal over here. And some sells. Price is just chopping around that little area. Doesn't know what it wants to do. A small divergence in the ES and the NQ here. It's struggling to want to go higher. Which it might. It might actually go higher. We'll have to see. Yeah, those big orders are all stacked up at 3,000. Again, I would not be surprised if it ends up popping up to 3,000. step profile off so you can see a little bit of what's happening over here. If it breaks below 75.61, I think that we can possibly see a further downtrend happening. But right now it's kind of hard to say. It's got to be able to continuously break past that. I mean, right now it's hitting this EMA cloud and just shooting right back up. So we'll see. If I was in a long position right now, I tell you what, I would want to exit for sure. If I bought up there at the top of that range, assuming that it was going to go higher. We're below our 1 minute 7 EMA as well, which under these conditions, I'm not sure what that means. Could be accurate, could not be, but it followed it beautifully from 6:30 this morning all the way up to right now. Faltered a little bit at 6:48 on the ES, and then the NQ was just spot on. Came down, came back up. See, I'm kind of liking this too, right? So on the ES, it just flattened out right there at the top. All right, so it started to come down over here on the MNQ. Yes, like I said, it's got to be able to break this little short-term low of 56.62. All right, almost. Getting some selling pressure coming in, boys. I mean, it's right there. Let's see if there's buyers holding at that level. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of people there on the level 2. So we could have some buyers just reloading right there on that on the bid. I think everyone's in a little bit of limbo. I'm not really sure what to do here. I mean, price keeps dropping on the ES or on the MNQ. So it looks like it wants to continue down. Um, right now, I'm going to take my risk off of this trade. Well, once we're at 150, how about that? So either way, this is looking pretty decent. Well, once, like I said, once we have a close, the candle closes past this 760, 762. I want a candle to close past that, and then we'll start talking about risk off. Although we're at 1-to-1, so I am going to take risk off. And at 150, we will trim one contract. All right, we have a candle pushing past that 62, 56, 50, 75, 62. We haven't had a close yet. Looks like we have some buy. We have 170, 150 orders down here at 75.60. I mean, 29,950 is where I would like price to go for a trim. Put a limit buy right there. We have other buys over here at okay, what's CVD telling us? Nothing insane. Okay, our trend seems to have shifted, which that's a great thing. Yeah, big sells coming in. Lots of selling pressure on the NQ. ES is slowly falling. It's not falling as fast as I'd like it to, but we're not getting the same kind of sell pressure as we are. We've got buyers loading up on the bid here, reloading at 75.60. 7561. My mistake.
Order filled.
Great. That's a pretty good trade, I think, for today. At the very worst case, guys, I've come up $72 in this trade. I'm pretty proud of this trade. I'm pretty proud of this trade. I didn't chase price at all. Came back down to where I wanted it to. And we'll see. Like I said, if I get stopped out at zero, I get stopped out at zero. I trimmed half my price at a pretty decent spot. My hypothesis being that it was going to fall a little bit further, or that it will fall further, but we'll see. My EMA, like the EMA cloud over here, shifted on the ES, as well as on the NQ, although I don't have it up. It's almost torn to this fair value gap on the NQ on the ES. And we're in a pretty good spot. Like I said, I'm just going to let this ride. It gets down to my target at 29.12. Awesome. If it doesn't, no freaking problem. But once it gets, if it can break past 930, If it breaks past 930, I'm like pretty confident it's going to go all the way down. We have some orders stacking up over here at 940. So we'll see. But both NQ and ES are slowly falling. All right, throw this trash away. Make my bed. Price is starting to flatten out down here at 947. So if we can't, we gotta. What is this? $167 down here. Oh, then I dropped down to 145. So we have big. Okay, so we have some more sell orders coming in. 945. Where's my next big one? 940. Is that number to beat. Looks like it's going to continue to be bearish. Not a ton of volume either way. Let's see, will it get down to 940? Oh, we're gonna have buyers coming back in here. One of the similarities between what's interesting is that my VWAP is not the same on Top Step as it is over here in Quantel. It is starting to flatten out, you guys. Tis not my imagination. Okay, let's look over here at ES. $75.56 is where we have some liquidity. It's not super high by comparison. 75.50 is where the biggest liquidity is, which is at 165 orders, which again is not incredible. 940 again is the number to beat on the ES, on the NQ. Its prices stayed completely stagnant. This is not a good sign. We'll see if it passes up past my EMA cloud over here. I'm going to cut out. If it pushes past 975.61 on the ES, I'm cutting out. If it closes above that, I mean. I have some fucking buyer coming in down there. I'm moving my take profit up to VWAP. Although, if we can check this out, it's VWAP. You know what? No, I shouldn't. Oh, look at that. It did break past that 940. Still pretty bearish. I'm liking it. Low, this morning's low is 57. I get down to 34. You know what I really think is going to happen is I think that it's going to drop all the way down. Today, I have a feeling it's going to drop all the way down to 29,700 in the next, 2 hours. I think that's a possibility. So should you get in front of this 934? Oh, shit. Look at that. A massive sell order there. And zero liquidity on the buy side. So, of course, it's just going to shoot up like that. Oh my gosh.
Order filled.
Look at that. There we go. I'm done trading for the day.
Order filled.
Let's just see for shits and giggles if it would have hit that number right there. I mean, other than that, you guys, that was a pretty damn good trade. follow the process. Follow the process. Don't worry about losses. Losses happen. Losses happen. But follow the freaking process. I'm signing out.